Guys, this is the last one from the day. Hit subscribe to my last video. Some of that video was true. The Georgia Patrol got me, pulled me over for a pound, said, son, they won't even let me out of the truck. They said, you're going to stay in here. And they got everybody else out, called in more Georgia Patrol. They said, we got a felon from New York, but I ain't a felon. So then they pull me in, say, you're going in front of the judge, I'm going to hit you on a misdemeanor. They come back in 2 days later, hit me on a felony. I said, you motherfuckers. The cop tried to tell me my weed was black. I said, ain't you ever heard of Black Diamond? I said, ain't you stupid? And then that goddamn cop down in Georgia, his name is Ball Top. And he is a bitch. They call him Ball Top because he's balder than a spank baby's ass. Ball Top took me into jail, called in Young there, said, they pulled me in last. Everybody wrote statements on me because they're little girls. So I did some time down there. And then me and my wife got locked up. She met Philip in there. And I said, it must be nice to get a free cigarette because that's all you're about. She played some games along, tried saying she wasn't seeing Philip on the phone. And I said, fuck you. You goddamn lying like a some bitch. Everybody come back here and telling me. So they put me in the hole for 8 months because of Philip. So Philip instigated me every goddamn day, and I told him when I got out, I'm beating your ass, Philip. So I got out, took trailways back. I went back to Georgia to beat his ass. That little girl went down and put a restraining order. He said, I'm done with you. He said, I said, goddamn, Philip. I said, you're a bitch. And so my wife wanted to play some games there. She been sleeping around, slept my brother. She's a dirty little, filthy little, But anyway, guys, life's starting to look up. Trying to be who I am. Trying to get back to going to be well. But anyway, this guy, Georgia Patrol, they do call me the U-Haul smuggler down there. They're like, you that guy from New York? I said, yeah, I'm that guy from New York. He said, oh, drop your hands. Then put your hands behind your back. I said, for what? He said, you're that guy from New York? I know you got weed. I said, I ain't got no weed. Not today. And he said, well, son, you got 3 hours to be back out of New York, out of Georgia, and go back to New York. He said, you guys are all pussy-ass Yankees. I said, pussy-ass Yankees. I said, take that badge off and I'll show you. You ain't shit. You was Georgia. We New Yorkers, we from the country. I like the South. I've been in the South. I'm a southern, northern fucking redneck. I mean, guys, if you subscribe, I got some music coming up. I got some funny videos that I've actually got saved on here. I just try to rock it out through the day. Get some YouTube likes. See what's going on. But most of that is true. My wife, she was a goddamn hoe. And I'm sorry to say that. I mean, well, guys, if you see Philip P., slap him upside the head for me and tell him, hey, buddy, the guy on YouTube said, you are one ugly motherfucking monkey.